All right. Hey, hope you are doing well. I want to just kind of recap a couple of things here. Of course, a lot of times I'm at the office and we're doing our team meetings and kind of doing a recap, but I wanted to just talk about some of the things that are taking place. There's definitely a lot of uncertainty. We saw recently, of course, the job numbers that came out for February with a loss of 92,000 jobs. Inflation, staying stabilized at the current rate, which is, reasonably good. And then, of course, we see, what's taking place with still the price of oil and the war in Iran. So again, there's a lot of variables that are going on, in the economy right now, in the country right now, and in the world right now that provide uncertainty. And uncertainty in the financial markets is not necessarily a good thing with respect to the stability. What I would say as we look at this, hopefully again, there's a push, no doubt Trump's pushing for the rate cuts. Again, the Federal Reserve is going to continue to be a little bit, under the current chairman. He's just not very motivated for the rate cuts. And again, his term is coming up here for an end this summer. And so when you take a look at that, what's taking place, the job reflection shows the economy is weakening. They show that, of course, the resetting of the GDP numbers for a smaller growth in Q4 shows that the economy was not as strong in Q4 as it was in Q3. And then, the uncertainty with the Iran war definitely puts a, conflict with what's going on, meaning the price of oil hitting over $100 a barrel. Oil goes into everything. And again, it affects globally all of the supply chains and, other countries as well. And so realistically, what does that mean? It means that we are still continuing to see uncertain times. You've also got kind of the private credit scenario going on with BlackRock and Goldman, where, they've had issues within their private credit funds and lending. Now, again, the report is that it's not, just widespread systemic, but it's more particular to them and to, others that made aggressive private credit positions. So, that's still yet to be seen. It reminds me, though, of, I think it's Ecclesiastes 11:4. It says, "He who looks at the wind will neither sow nor reap." Again, you have to take into account and you have to take into understanding what's taking place with these variables. But then you also have to look at what is it also presenting in the way of opportunity. And so, I still believe and I still see that we see distressed assets coming into the market that are going to present opportunity. If there is additional destabilization in the economy, that's going to further push those distressed assets. So there is definitely opportunity that's presenting itself, but it has to be one that's very thoughtful and selective with how it's being looked at with respect to the assets, the right type of purchase, the right location, the right thesis or story or reason behind it. So again, it is a time of uncertainty. It is a bit of a time of, finding what is going to be the direction. I would say, as we've said all along, for the last 2 years, interest rates are going to be higher for longer. That's just what it is. And so, when we take a look at that, everybody that's been banking on lower interest rates, it's just kind of the stay and pray and just kind of push it out kind of thing. But the reality is this is going to be probably a more new normal for us. And again, just recently with the war and all the stuff going on with energy, it bumped up the 10-year treasury by about 25 basis points. Again, the hopeful reality is that the war there would last short term and that there would be a more rapid conclusion. And then that would also help to bring the oil prices down. And then also, bond prices would reflect that as well. So again, we'll have to keep an eye on things. But again, what I would suggest is what we've said for the last 2 years: expect and believe that rates are going to stay higher for longer. So have a blessed and victorious week, for this is the week God has ordained for you.